Oh hi! You're not all up in my face holes today because today's not a tutorial. Today is a chatty get ready with me where I may or may not rant about things. Mainly chatty, I'm hoping. Why? Well, because I figure that you guys want to know more about me and we can get to know each other better and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, so today you're not going to be up my nose and everything like that like you usually are, because it's just to get ready today and I have no idea what I'm going to do with my face. All I know is that I'm going to the grocery store and that's about it, in all honesty. Nothing going on. It's just one of those days where you're like, man, I don't want to look like a hobo today, you know? So maybe I'll just look weird instead of like a hobo. And we also have coffee today too. I love my mug. My mama gave it to me. It's like she knows me. And I went really crazy with the creamer because today is that day. You just need creamer in your coffee, that coffee life. So yeah, what am I doing? Am I wearing foundation today? I'm really light reflective today. I think I have my camera set too bright. That's fine. I will be the light of your life today. Promise. Yeah, let's go crazy and do foundation today, which is not something I normally do. And I don't do it in tutorials because usually, I'll promise, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I really don't. I don't understand foundation. I do and I don't. I get what it does. I don't know how to work with it very well. So I've actually already moisturized. I am so dry. The weather is drying me out. I am just so dry. I've already moisturized my face once today, and that was seriously so it would stop hurting. My face gets so dry it hurts, and I'm sure people out there will understand what I am bitching about, because whenever the weather changes, whenever you're in between seasons, and the weather is just cattywomp like it is now, stupid weather, your skin goes, hey, you know what you need? This. Fuck you. That's what your skin does, and that's what my skin is doing to me now. It's just dry and angry and stupid and yeah. No Christmas card for you, skin. My hair is pretty long now, but I feel like now it's a battle of wills between me and my hair. Like, who's gonna win? Hair or me? Am I gonna cut it and it's gonna win, or am I gonna, you know, battle it out and see how long I can get it? I've got my hair, this is as long as my hair's been in a long time. I've actually used to be able to sit on my hair when I was younger, mainly because my dad is quite traditional Mexican, which is awesome, by the way, so don't think I'm dogging on my dad. And so my sister and I used to be able to sit on our hair, which was pretty awesome in all honesty, because we always had something to play with. We used to do each other's hair a lot. But then it was also really terrible because it would take forever to dry. My mom would braid it all the time because it'd be crazy. Then when she used to rag our hair, it used to take hours. That's fine. And then I've cut it up to my chin before, and that was pretty fun. I donated a hell of a lot of hair that day. And that's probably what I'll do. If I ever get that tired again of my hair, what I do is I just let it get super long and then I just cut it off as short as I can take it, which is usually up to here, and then I just donate it, because if I'm not using it, somebody else probably can. I'm really white today. What is with this? So whenever I do get a wild hair up my ass and I do foundation, foundation, I don't use like flat out all foundation because I'm not about that life. So I do foundation, moisturizer, and then like a pump of foundation. It looks really weird, but that's how I do it and stuff. And honestly, this foundation, it's not because I love CoverGirl or anything, which I actually don't have anything against them, but it was on clearance at Bed Bath & Beyond. And there's very few things I love as much as Bed Bath & Beyond. I will go there anytime, even if it's just to look at things I don't need, can't afford, whatever. Wow, this was a lot of product. I did not mean to do this much. We're gonna be here a while. This will be, it's fine. It's fine. It's more moisturizer, more coverage. It's up to, no, we're fine. On the nose. Basically, this is why I don't do foundation tutorials, because I'm just like, put it in your hands and slap it on your face, literally. And I honestly only do this to kind of dry. I don't know why. There's no reason. It's that kind of day. So rub it in your hands so your hands are moisturized and foundationalized, because maybe there's just some things on your hands you don't want the world to see, and that's fine. That's fine. Oh, my fingers are all gummy still. I don't want my rings on. Alright, can you hear my chair squeak? Sounds like my old neighbors. Chapstick. While I do my makeup. Just cherry. Mm-hmm. Delicious. Good old cherry chapstick. Can't go wrong. I think Katy Perry loves it. I'm old. I'm out of touch. It's the kids that are wrong. Oh, hey, look at that. So this happened because I went away for the weekend to my sister's, to my friend's wedding reception. She got married January? When did she get married? I want to say January. Can't remember. Or December. She went to Disney World. Got married there. Had the wedding reception last weekend. April 2nd, I think. Or 3rd. I was there. I don't know what day it was. Because why not? So I went out there, and I took my powder with me, of course, because I want to do my face for like the weekend. And something in me told me, hey, rubber band your powder. And I did. And I'm really glad I did, because I ended up dropping it twice. And I would have been a grumpy bit. Look at all that powder I got. It's that day. And the reason I keep saying that is because I was all happy. I mean, I'm fine now. Of course, I'm great. You know, whatever. I feel fine. But this morning, I came back, my boyfriend and I are back in the swing of things because I was gone all weekend. He had a boys' day with the puppy. Or boys' weekend with the puppy. He had a boys' weekend with the puppy. Finn, if you remember. So I came back, get back to swing of things. I usually go to the gym 3 times a week because healthy. And I went to go to the gym this morning. I was all happy-go-lucky. And then I get there and I get on my elliptical runner. I usually run on the treadmill, but my knee's been acting up lately. I get on my elliptical runner and the friggin' earbud cover from my earbud is gone. And I don't know about you, but I have the ones that wrap around and they go in your ear with like a formed bud cover. I don't know what they are. And then without it, they're just like your regular everyday earbud, and it just like creepily grazes your little ear nub right here. And the sound is really weak here and it's super heavy here. Especially because when I work out, I listen to like German industrial music. And it's not something, you know, that would be on Sunday morning television. It's pretty heavy. And so I have like doom 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 here, and it's like here, and it's just the creepiest annoying feeling in the world. And so I actually go and look for my earbud cover 3 separate times from my car to the door, and then I had the owner of the gym was like, "Did you lose something?" And I was like, "My mind. I should be doing my freaking face when I do this." And then I was like, you know, I am so annoyed. At this point, I am so annoyed I can't even deal being at the gym. And it sounds super childish, but shut up. I have generalized anxiety, and I've had it for years and years and years. It gets really, really severe, and when I'm on that ball of like annoyed anxiety, it's hard to stop. So basically, if you go through this, the safest thing to do is just get yourself out of the situation before you get like fucking nuclear, because that's what will happen. So I decided I'll leave the gym early. As soon as I sit in my goddamn car, I see the earbud cover on the ground next to my car. And I was like, God, I looked for you 3 separate times. But I think what happened is there was a car next to me. There was a car next to me, and when I got back to my car to actually leave, the car wasn't there anymore. So I'm thinking it may have like rolled right out of the way. How it didn't get destroyed, how it didn't get hit, I don't know. And I guess that was just like small miracles, as Archer would say. Nothing, because I'm not even mad about it anymore. That's the thing. I feel great. But when I think about it, it's one of those things where you think about it and you're like, God damn it. And that's exactly what it is. God damn it. It's one of those things. But I found both of them, and that's the good thing about it. That's the small miracles part. And I will glue... I don't know if it's good for them or not, but I'm going to do it anyway. I will glue the earbud cover to the earbud. And that way, and I will position them, and once they're on forever. Being frugal is stupid. But I will be anyway, because I'm an old lady and I like saving money. No shame in my game. I feel like this is kind of going everywhere, and that's fine. That's the point of these. I love it when I sit down and watch YouTubers just rant. It goes everywhere, and I half the time I don't know what they're talking about. I'm like, okay, you know, I'm just along for the ride. You're along for my, you know, for the ride of my stupidness. You know, buckle up. Not concerned at all. That's fine. So you know, I did what I just said you do if you find yourself in a situation that you're kind of peaking in anger, and it's because of anxiety, which all of my anger basically is anxiety. So I did what I needed to do, which pat myself on the back, by the way, for that one, because that is not an easy thing to do. And if you deal with it too, you know what I'm talking about, how hard that is to do. To not just ride that crazy train, you know, and bring everyone around you with you, whether they like it or not. So I removed myself from that situation, and I said, not today, crazy town. I went home, saw my puppy Finn, was happy about him, remembered that my boyfriend told me that he had a mat behind his ear, which he does, even though he's almost 1 year old. He's almost 1. He'll be 1 on the 16th, actually. Puppy birthday party! I'm not joking. He still has the super soft, downy, like Angora rabbit fur behind his ears, and I hope it never goes away. The problem with that, though, now, is because he's shedding, it mats so easily because he's shedding right now. He's shedding his winter coat. So it's matting up really, really fast. So I spent some time, I was ready to cut them out because I'm not going to make him sit there as I pull on his fur. But luckily I had caught them in time. They just started raveling, so I was able to just brush them out. And then I brushed the rest of him. It took me about a year. I spent 4 months on his butt alone, but he loves his butt being brushed. So he was happy with that. We played in the backyard. I was happy. He's tired. I think he's napping right now. And then I got showered, drinking coffee, and I was like, I'm gonna rant on YouTube because I can. And so I am. And I feel much better now. Thank you, YouTube. I feel accomplished now. I've done all the laundry. I just have to go to the grocery store to get some things that are food. And then I need to work on updating my Etsy store because new stores roll out on the 5th. The whole layout is changing for Etsy stores. So I need to update those and update shop pictures, so that'll be fun. I have my pinhead skull that I'm working on that I am in love with. I absolutely adore Pinhead. Hellraiser is a fantastic series, by the way. I know I'm always going on about Hellraiser, but I remember being in love with it and not really having anyone to talk to about it because like everyone was like, oh, it's so cheesy, it's such a dumb movie. I'm like, how is it a dumb movie? It's, you know, it's amazing. I mean, because yeah, it's cheesy and yeah, it's silly, but it's like the epitome of, you know, weird, sexy 80s horror because yeah, Pinhead is weird and, you know, supposed to be scary, and I think if we were to run into him on a, you know, in a dark alley or at a Chuck E. Cheese, we'd be like, why are you here and why am I here? At the same time, I feel, you know, it's all the leather, what can I say? We liked Edward Scissorhands and now, you know, Pinhead's not too different, he just has more pins in his head than Edward Scissorhands, who has none. So, I mean, I'm super excited about that. I'm excited about the new Hellraiser movie as well, and though I did read with the Doug Bradley thing, where they were like, you can't know, and that he was quite pissed about it, because it was like they were afraid that he would spill secrets, and I'm just like, I guess the same reaction as him. He was like, I've been involved in every Hellraiser. You know, whether I've been in it or not, he's been involved in it because he is Pinhead. There will be people who play Pinhead, but I think just like with Freddy, you know, there's only one, and it's Robert Englund. I don't know what we're doing here, but it looks more even in real life than it does on the camera. This camera is making me really white, and it's showing me like, hey, look at everything you're bad at doing. Okay, camera, thanks. You're too good. I think I've had too much coffee. It's annoying watching people drink coffee. I really don't know. I watch people do it, and that really doesn't bother me. Drinking things doesn't bother me as long as I can't hear like the sound. I don't know. Or I used to know someone, when they drank, didn't matter if they had just run a mile, which is hilarious because they'd never run a mile. We won't go there. Or if they were like sitting around doing nothing, which was way more likely. They would drink their water bottle, not like how most people normally do, which is like, let the water fall gracefully. I'm not going to do this. This is just like asking for Photoshop. Which there's a whole lawsuit about that, Adobe. Anyway. There's this whole... Anyway, no, that's not what I was talking about. Oh yeah. No matter what, he would take the water bottle and just like suck the water out of it, just like, and like you would hear the bottle crinkling and collapsing on itself, and it was just the most frustrating thing, especially when we were sitting there watching movies, and all of a sudden there's like crazy like duty head over there going like sucking water out of a bottle, and you're like, well, what is your problem? Who does that? Who does that? I just remember that being one of the most frustrating things, and just right in the middle of a movie, just crunch, crunch, bottle dead. Who does that? I like how sometimes I fade one out and it's bigger than the other. So I'm like, God damn it, now I got to do the other one. If that goes bigger, I gotta do the other one. And then I'm just like, well, we're here now. And I do tell people, all the time, when, people tell me I could never wear that, I could never wear that. Yes, you can. You can wear whatever that makeup you want. It doesn't matter. I've had people tell me that this weekend. And I understand what they're saying, because in their life, or what they've been told, is that this kind of makeup, it's only for a certain kind of people. I joke around saying that I'm a goth. It's not the first thing I tell you. Like, what are you? I'm just, I don't know, human? Like a velociraptor, please, Xenu. My camera stopped recording. It was like, shut up, Nicole. So I took the time to get more coffee, because that's necessary. I was talking about, will you focus on my oh no, I'm not wearing glasses, that's why it won't focus. So yeah, that was said to me a few times this weekend, because I do run around in black stipstick. I run around in black lipstick a lot. My makeup's nuts usually. And to me, that's everyday makeup. And I guess I don't see it as being eventful. But I've always kind of been of the belief of, look, the makeup doesn't wear you. You wear your makeup. Makeup doesn't wear you. So if you want to wear crazy done up eyes, if you want to wear a black lip, just do it. I don't feel like there are rules to it, like who can and who can't. I think if people do say, well, you can't wear that because of this, shut up. Who are you? Did I ask you? I believe you shouldn't leave the house because you're a dick. And we talk about that every time I make a video. Yeah, I think the makeup that I do and that I wear, no scratch. I think the makeup that I do and that I wear, yeah, it does really, I think, speak mainly to the alternative communities, especially the goth subculture. But I don't believe you have to be goth or have to be, considered goth or anything like that to wear your makeup however you want. I don't, even though I do consider, like, my points of view and my likes and my interests to really coincide with the gothic subculture, I don't care if what I do or what I don't do goes to their guidelines, because that's not how I live my life. I don't do things or say things or wear things because I think that, well, is that goth enough? I think that's stupid. I'm too old for that. I have always been too old for that. I feel like some people really need to consider that maybe they should act like they're too old for that. And I have bigger problems. If you really have a problem like what I do isn't goth enough, I wish I had your problems, because they are very, very, very minimal compared to mine. So I just, when, people say, oh, I can't wear that. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. As long as you are comfortable in it, wear it. I am really good at ranting. I don't know if you knew that or not. I can rant all day about nothing. I think that's like a car game I saw. I think it was on Pinterest or on Facebook, one of those stupid posts, but those silly posts that are meant for Facebook, because that's what Facebook should be, just silliness and stupidity and things that make other people laugh. That's what it should be, but that's another rant in itself, I think. But I think I saw it on there. I think probably my sister showed it to me. And it was a game called Don't Get Me Started. And what it is one person suggests just any random topic whatsoever, could be any topic, and the other person is supposed to rant about it. And start the rant with, don't even get me started. And I really want to play this game, but I don't know, I feel like it could get offensive really fast. It's why I love playing Cards Against Humanity. One, it's funny. I don't care what anyone says, that game is funny. I love that game. I will play it. I haven't played that in a minute. I think the last time I played it was New Year's. And I played it with my mom. which I love. I don't know if you can see, but my doggy came in. Finn! Finn! He said bye. Is this dark enough? Probably so, but we're gonna add more black. Sometimes the makeup has a mind of its own, and it will do what it wants to do. Wow, maybe I should do these videos more often. I feel so much better after just kind of randomly ranting about nothing at all. Because of, well, I've already talked about I have anxiety. It's pretty bad. I'm not ashamed to talk about it because there's nothing to be ashamed of. I go to therapy because of my anxiety and other things as well. Because, you know, I'm just a mixed bag of crazy. And it figuratively kills my therapist that I don't journal. Not that she bugs me about it, but she wishes I would, because I know and she knows and everyone knows that journaling is really good for people who have any kind of like just inner turmoil and they need to get it out. I don't like doing it. I just don't. I never care to do it. And she did say maybe you should do an audio journal, like a book. And I'm just like, just rant in a dark room by myself. I was like, I do that anyway. I would just be recording it at this point. So why don't I do that one step further and record it on video and share it with the internet, because that makes sense. So maybe I'll do that now. This is very actually therapeutic. I can see why people do these ranty videos now. This is quite therapeutic. I always wondered, like, why do they do that? This is why. This is why. They do it because it's good energy dispersal. Is that the word? And if you are chewing on the goddamn molding again, he's my baby. But you're a big old dork, aren't you? Yes, you are. He's a big old dork. But I love him, and he's my baby, and he's a big wuss. But he's also a pain in the butt. But I feel like dogs are. Dogs are a pain in the butt. That's a lot of black. Look at that. We'll be doing a lot of blending to get rid of that. Do you see that? Holy crap. Oh yeah, I was talking about my therapist. She doesn't know about this video. She'll know about it tomorrow, Tuesday. But I'll let her know, you know, hey, I don't journal because, you know, I don't. But I did a ranty video on the YouTubes and I felt good. And she'll probably tell me that's weird. And then, you know, encourage me to do it again. That's kind of blended, right? If you guys are still here, still watching this, shout out to you, man. Because this is a lot of bitching to listen to. And I appreciate it. I appreciate the interest in my bitching. I'm gonna keep this one long because I know I like it when people just rant. I listen to them when they do, when I do my makeup in the mornings or whenever I do it. Like now, like if I wasn't recording this video, I'd be listening to someone rant about something. Okay, I think I am done ranting and also doing my face. So now I need to go to the store and buy things for food and eating and probably the puppy to make cookies. Thanks for, you know, listening to me bitch. That was pretty awesome of you if you've stayed the entire time. What are you doing with your life? But yeah, if you like this kind of thing, give it a thumbs up because believe me, there's a shit ton that I can rant about. That, you know, there's always something that I can bitch about. Because I'm good at that. It's my skill in life. You're welcome. Don't forget, however, to check me out on Etsy, Facebook, Instagram. I always kind of like to post stupid shit there, and my makeup, if I don't film something for it, I will post there. If you're interested in what I put on my face today, of course, I will put it in the description box down below. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're kind of into this thing and you don't think I'm a complete asshat. I mean, I'm pretty cool. No. I mean, I'm alright, you know, I have a cute dog. Do you want to see more of my dog? Subscribe, you will see more of my dog. Because he is pretty awesome and adorable. So until next time, you know, like I said before in this video, and I'll say it again every day, don't be a dick, because society frowns upon it. And, you know, there's already enough mess in the world. We don't need your bullshit too. Okay, bye.